Hello all, my name is Miss Amrapali Chavan. I am working as an assistant professor in computer department. Today we will discuss about subroutine linkages and its example in loader scheme. Next is subroutine linkage. So this is the program where a main program, if there is a main program A wishes to transfer the subprogram B, then however the assembler does not know this symbol. So it declare and it has an undefined symbol, that is it will flash an error unless a special mechanism has been provided, and this special mechanism is implemented with the direct linking or relocating loader. Here the assembler using the pseudocode extern that follows the list of symbols that indicates actually these symbols are defined in the another program. So correspondingly, if the symbol is defined in one program and reference in another, we insert it into the symbol list following the pseudo opcode entry. So the assembler will also inform the loader that these symbols may be referenced by the other program. So here you can see the example of subroutine linkage. As you can see here, this is the main program start. Extern is name of subroutine. Load, this is instruction. So load 15 comma A is the subroutine address. BALR is instruction where 14 comma 15 is the register 14 is written the address of the caller. Then end. So subroutine can be defined at the other location where which is called the subroutine start. Then using is used to start the subroutine. Start.15 is actually the memory location of subroutine. And then there are some instruction. Then branch 14. Branch 14 means it will again transfer control to the main program. Relocation loader scheme is actually assembles each procedure segments independently and passes to the text and information after relocation and inter-segment references to the loader. For example, in binary symbolic subroutine, loader used in IBM 7095 and IBM 1130, etc. So the output of relocating assembler using the BSS scheme is actually the object program and information about all the programs it references. So it also provides the relocation information that needs to be changed if it is placed in arbitrary places in the main memory. So this loader scheme is already used on the computers, which is fixed length direct addressing instruction format, which are actually used in the IBM 7094 and IBM 1130. So as you can see here, this is the instruction format where opcode is of 8-bit, R1 is of 4-bit, X2 is of 4-bit, and A2 is of 16-bit. So A2 is the 16-bit absolute address of operand here. So relocation bit is actually the assembler associate a bit with each instruction or address field. If this bit is 1, then the corresponding address field must be relocated. Otherwise, the field is not relocated. So this is the one example of relocating loader. As you can see here, this is the source program where the main start, extend square routine, and the relocating address is 0, relocation is 00. Object code is square root. Then again extend ERR, address is 4, here ERR B, which is object code. Then first store instruction 14 comma save. So where save is actually, you can see here in object code, store 14 comma 36. So 36 is actually the address location of the load instruction. So next instruction is load 1 comma 9. So number 9 will transfer to the register 1 and 9 is placed at the memory location 40. Then BAL 14 comma square root. So square root, as you can see, is placed at the memory location 0, which is here. Then C 1 comma F3 and number 3 is actually placed at the memory location 44. Then BNE error ERR is actually the external name and which is placed at the memory location 4, which is you can see here. Then again load 14 comma save, and save is actually is the memory address 36. Then again branch 14. 14 is actually the register which is transfer control to the register 15. Then save DSF, and which is skipped for alignment and temporary location, and then end. So this is actually the relocating loader, and these are the relocating address, and these are the object code. So as you can see here, the relocating loader in the same program, the length of all the instruction here 48 byte, and length of the square root and ERR is 78 byte, and these are the absolute addressing here, and these are the relative addressing here. So as you can see, square root and ERR, these two subroutine placed elsewhere in the memory location. So drawback of this relocating loader is the transfer of vector link, which is only useful for transfer and is not well suited for loading or sorting external data which is located in the another procedure segment. So the transfer vector increases the size of object program in the memory. So the direct linking loader is a general relocatable loader and most popular loading scheme which is presently used, and it has advantage of allowing the programmer multiple procedure segment and multiple data segment, and all of giving him the complete freedom in referencing data or instruction contained in the other segment. The next type is direct linking loader. Here you can see the EST, which is external symbol directory. TXT is the content, the actually symbol assembled program. RLD is actually the relocation and linking directory, which actually contain the information about those location in the program whose contents are depend on the address at which the program is placed. So these information are a location of each constant that need to be changed due to relocation, by what it has to be changed, and the operation to be performed, and finally the end. Advantages of direct linking loader: that it allows the programmer to multiple procedure and data and segments, then complete the freedom for the programmer to refer the data in other segment, then provide the flexible in intersegment referencing and accessing the ability. It also allowed the independent translation of the program. Disadvantages: it is necessary to allocate, relocate, link, load of all the subroutine. Then this loading scheme is actually time consuming, and although the loader is small than the assembler, it occupies some space in the memory. So this is the other loading scheme here. As you can see, we consider the program containing the 5 subroutine A, B, C, D, which require total 100 KB memory. Here the subroutine A calls B, D and E, and subroutine program B calls C and E. Then D calls E, and C and E do not call any program. So as you can see here, this is figure A, this is figure B, which is overlay structure. Here A actually calls E and also call B and D. Then B calls C and E, and A called D and E. So as per the calling routine, you can place the subroutine in the main memory. So this is possibly storage assignment for each program. Thank you so much.